Hello everyone, and I hope that in these troubled times you're managing to stay safe and doing just fine. As you may know, that on 18th September 2019, the government of India banned vape mods using an ordinance. At that time, there were a series of vaping-related illnesses in the USA, which were cited as the major cause of the ban. The government of India also cited several published studies to support their ban, and the government said they were putting the health of its citizens first. This ban was applauded by the WHO, whose position on vaping is vague to say the least. Since the ban took place, many, if not all, of the studies the government of India cited as supporting documents for its ban have been found untrue, circumstantial, opposed, or even redacted.
The Indian Council of Medical Research suggesting a complete ban on e-cigarettes in view of their adverse public health impact. E-cigarettes, they affect adversely cardiovascular system, they cause strokes, affect the respiratory system.
This study was published by Stanton Glantz. Glantz's finding was based on 38 e-cigarette users who had had a heart attack. We found that the majority of vapers had had a heart attack on average a decade before they had started vaping. Glantz ignored the age at first told that they had a heart attack and the age at first vaping. The results of this study are false, and the study publication is invalid. We believe the study should be retracted by the Journal of the American Heart Association, and we intend to notify the FDA so that these results can be investigated.
The illnesses in USA, which were used to highlight the health risks of vaping, were found not to be linked with vaping, but the illicit use of THC and hash oil, which were purchased in the black market illegally by certain individuals.
There was an outbreak of vaping-related lung diseases in United States.
The death toll linked to vaping is climbing tonight.
His infected lungs nearly collapsed.
Colorado's first case of a rare vaping-related illness.
America has been in the grip of a health scare over e-cigarettes because of a deadly outbreak of what is being called EVALI. Yet the health scare isn't down to nicotine-based vaping, but illicit cannabis vaping products.
Tetrahydrocannabinol, THC, is the ingredient in cannabis that makes you high. And so people have been vaping THC for a long time, but at some point vitamin E acetate was cut in with THC, and that became a contaminant that people were inhaling. Vitamin E acetate thickens the THC and makes it seem like it's more high quality than it actually is.
There are over 40 million vapers across the world, but this outbreak of EVALI is unique to America.
In the United States, you've got a market that is really not well regulated. It's possible for manufacturers to put these dangerous chemicals into the liquids. But in addition to that, you've got this varied legalization of cannabis and heavy usage of cannabis oil. Put the two together and you've got a very dangerous situation.
The misconception that this EVALI outbreak is caused by vaping nicotine products could have dire consequences.
If recent times have taught us anything, it is that when we put our trust entirely into one organization, it will most definitely be violated. As of today, WHO's reputation of an organization which works for the betterment and health of humanity is hanging on a thin thread. And despite their applause for the vape ban in India, the WHO do not say that vaping is worse or as bad as smoking traditional cigarettes. WHO on their website in regards to which is safer, traditional cigarettes or vaping devices, say It is difficult to generalize which one is more harmful or safer. They do accept that it depends on a lot of factors ranging from the product type, how the product is used, frequency of use, how the product was manufactured, etc. All things which you would generally consider under the product quality control. As a matter of fact, all developed countries are legalizing or regulating vape mods. Yet, however, India banned vape mods almost a year ago. Despite everything which I have told you already being public knowledge, the ban has not been lifted in the last 1 year. We at Association of Vapers India over the past 1 year have spoken to many people directly or indirectly affected by this vape ban. What we share with you now are not just our own personal opinions, but the opinions of these people and the million more smokers in India. It is no top secret that many of the people in India who had quit smoking with the help of vaping had no option but to go back to smoking cigarettes. However, there is an interesting fact which was brought to light when we spoke to people, which is that many of the people in India who were smokers without their families or loved ones knowing that they used to smoke. For whatever their personal reasons being, they kept it hidden and they were smokers, but they smoked a lot. And they were able to quit smoking and switch to vaping. However, because their smoking and vaping were both facts which were hidden from the public, they were not able to voice their anger and disappointment of the ban. They were not able to speak publicly in support of vaping, and they have been affected and hurt the worst. Bans on products give rise to black markets. India is not a country which is very good at implementing bans. We are able to pass laws, sure, but we are not able to implement them. Even with our noble intentions, we need to be realistic about what we can and cannot accomplish. For example, drugs are banned in India. However, all of us watching recent media know that it has little to no impact on their current availability in the market.
Sir, in a country like India, it is difficult to ban a product.
By banning vapes, the government of India is going to create a black market for vapes in India, which is really bad. The first thing is that the minute there's a black market, quality control of a product goes down the drain. So what is being sold and what quality it is being sold at, what is mixed into it and what people are consuming is no longer being regulated. Who is selling it and who is it being sold to are no longer points of concern. This gives rise to the situation which creates trouble. This is where contamination and bad things will enter the market. This is the reason why there were deaths in the USA, which was the former and initial cause of the ban. And more importantly, while traditional cigarettes are freely available to purchase throughout the country, vape mods, a significantly safer alternative which helps people to quit smoking, has been banned. People are being discouraged to quit and pursue healthier lifestyles. And thus, in their quest to prioritize the health of its citizens, the government of India will sacrifice the health of its citizens completely. To pretend that women in our country do not smoke would be extremely foolish. And having spoken to many female smokers who had switched to vaping, it became abundantly clear. For them, going and purchasing vape mods in black markets is not an option. For them to restock from these shady markets where it is available now is not an option. And thus they are forced to go back to smoking cigarettes.
I had tried quitting cold turkey once or twice, but it just wouldn't work for me. So vaping seemed a manageable alternative. And my smoker friends had started switching to vaping. So I had a good support system around and information system, So it was a very comfortable shift and there was no problem at all. And then in about a year's time, firstly they started, harassing people at airports. And then the ban happened and after that I just couldn't. Honestly, I did not want to get involved in something illegal. To be very honest, more than a health concern, my reason for switching to vaping was pressure. As a woman, you face extra pressure. There's a concern of your lungs and then there's a concern of your character apparently. So all of that combined was creating a lot of issues. And I knew that when I'm approaching potential clients and I'm thinking of smoke, then there is first they're disgusted and second they are, judging me. So that needed to be set straight.
Say vaping were to become legal tomorrow, the government does decide to lift up their ban, and would you be interested in going back to vaping, giving it another shot? Would you consider that? Because you are somebody who's smoked, then vaped, and now back to smoking.
Yes, definitely. The only reason that I do not vape anymore is because I don't have access to it. I don't have easy access to it. And that's about it. I definitely do want to go back for a multitude of reasons. Firstly, smoking is an absolutely disgusting habit. There are no two ways about it. Not even smokers will tell you that, oh, such a lovely thing to do. No, it's not. It's terrible. We feel horrible all the time. The taste buds start going away and you stop enjoying a lot of things. If you're constantly in stress.
And what all of you need to understand and realize is that vaping does not only help the person who's quit smoking and switched to vaping, it also impacts everyone around them and their family and their loved ones. We've spoken to a lot of people who were not smokers, not vapers, and they've never done it and never planned to do it. But their family members or their loved ones used to, and they switched to vaping. And they've confirmed that their lives were drastically better once they switched to vaping. See, in a nutshell, smoking is a very serious problem in our country, and it's not reducing. The younger generations are more connected, more social, have more spending power, and are even more likely to pick up a cigarette. We can act as if we are making progress, but the fact remains that the number of smokers in India is simply increasing, despite the 1 million deaths caused because of tobacco every year. It is high time we change strategies. The biggest powers humanity has is its ability to learn from its past experiences, knowledge, and wisdom. Thus, we request you all to share this video with everyone you know and educate yourselves on this product and understand its benefits. If enough of us will educate ourselves regarding this matter and speak united, change will just be a matter of time. Help us in helping the government of India make the right decision for our sake and the sake of our future generations. Ban the vape ban.